Myself Sapatapati. I will discuss in this video about blood pressure in the topic of physiology, which is also otherwise known as arterial blood pressure. Arterial blood pressure. So first thing which we should remember, that is the what is blood pressure. First thing, what is blood pressure? Definition of blood pressure. So if this is the blood vessel, this is the a blood vessel, means if we consider it aorta or any blood vessel means what? The vessel or those pipe which carry the blood. So in this blood vessel there is column of blood, there is flow of blood occur, which forms a column, and each column give pressure on the lateral wall of the blood vessel. So this pressure with the pressure which is exerted by a column of blood on the wall of arteries is known as arterial blood pressure. So what is this definition? That arterial blood pressure is that arterial blood pressure, what is it? Blood pressure is defined as the pressure, lateral pressure exerted by a column of blood on the wall of arteries. Due to we take as it is arterial blood pressure, so we consider on the wall of arteries. And then other terms regarding the arterial blood pressure. So there are four different terms, that is four different terms regarding arterial blood pressure, that is ABP. So arterial blood pressure, which is in short term we called ABP. So arterial blood pressure, there are four terms. What are they? Mainly the when the pressure is exerted from, this is heart. If we consider it as a schematic heart diagram, when heart gives the pressure, when from the heart the blood flows into the arteries. So when heart is contracted, so this time the pressure which is exerted is known as systolic blood pressure. So one is our systolic blood pressure. Another thing is related to also heart, that is when heart is relaxed or it is relaxed in the form, that is in our diastolic blood pressure. Now what is this systolic and what is diastolic? After that, this difference in between these blood pressure difference is known as pulse pressure. Then last thing is our mean arterial blood pressure, mean arterial. So these rest two are, which we now written, is depend upon the above 2 points, mean arterial blood pressure. So now what is systolic blood pressure? The blood pressure which is exerted due to the maximum pressure exerted by the arteries during the systole of the heart. So it is the maximum pressure, because the pressure is exerted when heart is systole. Maximum pressure at heart contraction or a systole. So due to this systole term is present in the heart, so we call as a systolic blood pressure. Diastolic also what? That it is the minimum pressure. because when there is a heart is relaxed, when heart is from the heart, there is a blood vessel, blood arteries are formed from the right side. So when there is a heart is relaxed, then the pressure which is exerted is minimum, because heart is in a relaxed form. So this is the minimum pressure at which time diastole of the heart. The minimum pressure which is exerted by the heart during the diastole, it is known as a diastolic pressure. Then pulse pressure. Pulse pressure is the difference between del P, that is difference between systole minus difference between diastole, that is pulse pressure. Pulse pressure. So how we calculate the pulse pressure? Because we know that when there is a systole, when there is a diastole, there is the blood which is forms and enter into the capillaries. So at the lower level of a capillaries, this pressure which is exerted, which is normally about 120 mmHg, and which we always know physiological physiological number we express in a range. So what is its range? 110 to 140. And when diastole, there is the range will be 160 to 80, that is normal is 80. So that is the thing that so we, if we difference that 120 minus 80, that is 40 mmHg is our pulse pressure. Now the mean arterial pressure. Mean arterial pressure means you when the blood is passing through this blood vessel or blood arteries, the pressure at the average pressure is known as mean arterial pressure. But we should not confuse that. If we that is if we add systole and diastole divided by 2, then mean arterial pressure will be that. No, because it is not about the arithmetic mean, but it is about the it is different from the arithmetic mean. So it is what it is, the its formula is that diastolic pressure plus diastolic pressure plus one third of what? One third of pulse pressure. So we calculated both these terms, that is diastolic about 180 plus one third of pulse pressure we discussed 40. So that is about 80 plus 40 by 3, that is about 93. So in this way we calculate the both those things. Now what are the factors which are responsible for maintaining this pressure? So in our body, those pressure which maintain the normal blood pressure are local factor, and not on rest of the factor which are not necessarily present, but they are having some definite role in maintaining the normal blood pressure. That was about local factor. Local factor. So what does means local factor? Which we discussed that it is the necessary factor. It is the necessary factor which is maintain the blood pressure. So these necessary factors are divided into two, but one is the central, another is the peripheral. One is the central, another is our peripheral. So now we all discuss about the central and the peripheral factor. Another video we discuss all the rest factor. So in center of the blood pressure is what? Our center of the blood pressure is our what? Is our कार्डियक हार्ट the so center में जाता है cardiac part. So heart is our center. So cardiac output and cardiac heart rate, these two terms are regarding the heart rate. So these two terms are under the central factor for regulation of a normal blood pressure. So now it is the central factor. Now we go towards the peripheral factor. In peripheral factor, what are they? They are mainly our peripheral resistance. Mainly is our peripheral resistance, peripheral factor. So in peripheral factor, mainly is our peripheral resistance. PR means peripheral resistance. And next the terms which are we discuss is regarding is it derived from this peripheral resistance. So what is cardiac output? So we before discussed that when heart is contract as passing goes and divides into arterioles, then capillaries. So in these arterioles, so the pressure which is generated is due to this systolic pressure. So when heart is contract, the pressure is increases, and which makes the this muscle. These are the vessel. So it is made up of what? It is made up of connective tissue, and all types of smooth muscle, thick. So these are the connective tissue. They are having more elastic power. They are having the elastic property. So what is the property? So what is the role of this elastic property? So this elastic property, when there will be contraction, there is blood pressure is really increases. How? By increasing the cardiac output. So when cardiac output is increases, the blood pressure is directly proportional to cardiac output, because these muscles becomes enrolls means they are undergo more volumetric. They are undergo increase in size, so that more and more blood can pass, and which makes the blood pressure increases. So cardiac output is directly proportional to our blood pressure, where the change in volume is increases. When there is a change in volume is increases in the blood vessel, there will be the blood will flow more and more, and the BP will rises, or blood pressure will be rises. And what are the example? Which condition is these are things happen? Mainly our exercise and emotional condition. This condition the things will be happen. Then heart rate is also does not having much impact on this regarding the pressure maintenance, but heart rate having moderate role in the maintenance of a normal blood pressure. So so how? Because heart rate means what? The rate of contraction and relaxation of the heart. So when heart is contracted in a particular time, particular duration, the rate of contraction and relaxation of a heart is known as heart rate. So heart rate is directly proportional to cardiac output. So cardiac output is directly proportional to blood pressure. So we can realize that in the relation with the cardiac output. Then the peripheral resistance, which is important term, because the cardiac output, in cardiac output we discuss about the this contracted stage of the heart, means the systolic stage, but in the peripheral resistance there will be discussion occurs in the diastolic phase of the heart. So why? Because when there will be diastole, so what happened? That muscle becomes relaxed means the blood flow through the arteries or the aorta, and it becomes the arterioles. So in this stage, when the relaxed muscle occur, so the what happened? The elastic recoiling of the blood vessel occurs, so that blood will be flow in the time of diastole is less. So due to this less flow of blood in the diastole, so what happened? So BP will be less. So from this we state that the peripheral resistance is mainly present on the arteriole. So in the arteriole, what is the peripheral resistance? So in the arteriole there are the smooth muscles are present, which are much greater quality of elastic property is present in their nature. So when there will be blood will be flow less, then what happens, the peripheral resistance will be more, because the muscle, the smooth muscle becomes relaxed, so that they are come closer to each other. In the arteriole also they are closer to each other, so blood is less. So we we concluded that in the diastolic phase the peripheral resistance comes in main role during the blood pressure regulation, because the blood is less. So when blood is less, so the arterioles and the capillaries are required less number of blood. So this happened by the peripheral resistance, because the peripheral resistance is giving more resistance, so that blood will flow less and the blood pressure is maintained. Because in the diastolic stage blood flow is less and the blood pressure will be less. So the relation is that peripheral resistance is directly proportional to the blood pressure. So now the peripheral resistance, from this peripheral resistance what we conclude, that blood volume is less. So when blood volume is less, then the blood pressure will be less. So blood volume, if we go peripheral factor, then another thing is our blood volume. So blood volume, how related? It is related directly, because blood volume is come less in the stage of peripheral resistance is acting more, so that blood volume is less, which makes the blood pressure also less. And when blood volume is more during the systole, then the blood pressure also more. So in this way they are comes in the directly relation. Then third thing is our venous return. So venous return means here what happened, the blood when venous return is increases, means what happens, that if we consider this is inferior vena cava is opening into what, right side of the atrium. So when there will be venous return, means a blood return in the vena cava or inferior vena cava, there will be the filling of the ventricular filling and occur. So what happened, that the cardiac output also increases, so also blood pressure is increases. So venous return is also directly proportional to blood pressure, because venous return is increases the filling of the ventricle, and this filling also increases the cardiac output, and this cardiac output also increases the blood pressure. So in this way venous return we discuss. Then we go towards the elasticity. So elasticity is the what, it is inversely proportional. Due to this elasticity, the peripheral resistance comes in the play. So elasticity is inversely proportional to BP. So if the when the old age, what happened, the elasticity of the blood vessel is decreases. Due to this, they having the more blood pressure, which we always know from the variation of the physiological variation. We discussed that old age the BP will be low. Why BP will be low? Because there will be elasticity of the blood pressure is less, because there will in the smooth muscle of the arteriole there will be what happened, that the arteriosclerosis occur, means the deposition of the calcium cholesterol will be occur. So that the elastic property of the smooth muscle of the arteriole is fail, or they are decreased, so that they do not recoil or coil during the blood flow when increased. So due to this, when elastic property is less, then the blood pressure is more, because that is the thing, that a blood will be not flow much greater power, so that they having pressure will be more increases. So in this way elastic property of the blood pressure is inversely proportional to blood pressure. So example is our old age arteriosclerosis. In this time the thing which will be so now the diameter and velocity of the blood and viscosity of the blood. So diameter is what, it is also inversely proportional to blood pressure, because if diameter is increases more, then blood pressure will be decreases, because volume will be increases, then the pressure will be decreases. So that is inversely. Then velocity and viscosity both are directly proportional to blood pressure. So in this way we discuss all those velocity and viscosity is directly proportional to blood pressure, because when velocity will be increases, pressure will be more. When viscosity during the time of old age, there will be what happened, the blood will be more viscous. Why blood will be more viscous? Because blood, hemoglobin, anemia, this type of things will be occur. So due to this time the blood pressure also increases. In this way we discuss all those factors.